Oh, situated here. Just need to adjust some things. Just a little bit of adjusting. Hi. That's funny. What's up, Gavin? Good to see you. So, before we get started, I just have these handle scales, light blue. I was just screwing around with some colors or whatever. Kind of a nice lighter blue. Sledgefire handle scales, obviously. I got a crossbow. Do I dare ask how much you paid for said crossbow? Congratulations, though. So, last time we were at this, we got all of these parts lined up like so, and those are ready to start being adjusted, but we didn't start the other side yet. We haven't done this side at all, so that's what we're going to end up doing right now. So I'm wondering if we should get this side mildly aligned up so that we know where to go. We know where we're going. And if I'm going to do that, then I might consider hot gluing this in place, which I would need to heat up the hot glue gun, obviously. I might just put like 1 or 2 tacks here. Let me get the hot glue gun. $75 plus $10 shipping. It's more than I would have paid, but you know, each their own. Got one. One got my dad's XP180s and all his Stinger Ravens. What? Hi, Neil, by the way. We put part together. That's how we make a good mod, right? Okay. So I guess we should get started by marking some things out. I wouldn't say anything. There's a small spectrum there. So I guess we can kind of get a rough idea of what this is going to be like from this side, because by the time we're done it should be basically identical. Maybe cut a little bit big just so we're, you know, not screwing it up. For the most part, this should be the same. kind of making some preliminary marks here. Okay, so I guess we're gonna jump right into the drumming, which means I need to wear my mask, so if I sound a little bit weird, that's why. Don't have a lot of viewers today, but that's alright. I should get my goggles, but I don't feel like doing that. I'll wait until I get something in my eye. I'll switch to a cutting wheel. What's more important in a build, the bodywork or the internals? Depends on who you are. Some people say different things. I think both are just as important. Oh, by the way, I'm turning on my Dremel now, so Dremel warning. I'll give us a rough outline. Now I kind of want to go get a hyperfire and put a strife, get a hyperfire to put on a strife. Follow your dreams. Hey hyperlinks. BRB Subway. Now we can start getting a feel in for this, and I think we can switch back to the grinding bit. Hey Ben, how's it going? Hey Ben, what's up? It's going alright. Dremel warning. Get rid of all these posts. Give it a rough scoop for now. We'll dial that in as time goes on. I hate my hacksaw right now. Why do you hate your hacksaw? Yes, hello. Hi Ben. Yes, I said hi to you. I said hi to you at the beginning. You're the first person to comment. Okay. We're on the right track. Definitely got some work to do. Drama warning once again. Oh, you're talking to Ben Hamilton. I just clicked. That was confusing. It's the only thing I have available to you to make cuts to my Zeus stock to fit it to my Raven. Well, use what you got. This takes a little extra determination. Maybe a little more patience. A lot more patience. Let's match these up. Yep, another one. Another hyperstrife. Kind of a quiet stream today, but that's okay. Still needs to come in more. Start coming in with the hand file here. Anyone else used to have that variant of Razor scooter that had the sharpish edge, aka the ankle breaker? It sounds familiar. I think I did. I might have had one. Dialing in some things here. Six, so you're not going to talk much? I'm sorry. Appreciate you watching anyway. Alright. Now put these shell halves together and see if we can't get things to line up a little bit here. Handles could use an attach for handles cut unattached for like no reason. Not if you put them in correct. Maybe I'm thinking of a different one. It was a folder. I mean, I never had a problem with my handles coming. Oh no, wait! No, wait a second. I didn't have a problem with the handles coming out, but if you didn't tighten it enough, if you turned, it wouldn't turn the bottom wheel. So you'd have to put your feet, like you'd have to face the front of it. So if it was facing towards you, you'd have to put your feet to pinch the wheel, and then you'd have to forcefully turn the handles to realign it. I do remember that. We're getting actually pretty close here. I think this needs a little bit of trimming. Hold on. Oops. Wonder where my flat is. Oh, here it is. Ask and you shall receive. So, holding this all the way together, and this all the way together, this slides right in there almost perfectly. Pretty much perfectly. It's just a matter of fitting it in there. Just gotta square up some of these. Point is, I just closed my ankle in the truck door and reminded me of, oh, that sucks. Why would you do that? How do you do that? Why, hello there. Hello. What's going on, man? How's your day going? A little bit of a quiet stream, that's okay. Nothing wrong with a quiet stream. Happens embarrassingly too often. Making plans to come down to Houston in the summer for a war. Sweet. Make sure you message me and let me know which one, because, you know, once you know. We're getting there. That's just about where I want to be. That's pretty close. Also, if your vehicle is running both shut up the door before anybody. That's how. Whatever you say. This will be much more difficult to file flat after I put this on, so.
Of course it's normal. I believe you. Of course. And that's about where we need to be. So now, we come back in here and sand all the stuff. Great, sanding, that's what we love doing. Let's use a half-round file to start getting off some of this thicker stuff. Just because this stuff's pretty thick on there. And just start scraping this off. I'm just going to use the edge of the file. Because this paint's on here pretty thick. Especially the orange paint, because they have to put on white and then the orange, so it pops out better. Hi Hawkeye, how are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing? BRB, not a problem. Hold on one second, that's Heather. Gotta answer the fiance. Don't want to get in trouble. This prevents me from clogging up my... Oh, you know what?
I can take this mask off for a while. This just prevents me from clogging up all of my sandpaper. And it also is much faster than sandpaper. Hey Jay, what's going on? You bringing your Caliburn tomorrow, or is it still broken? Hee 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 hee. Hashtag bought a Caliburn but hasn't used it yet. Hashtag how many months has it been? Hashtag 3D printed parts. Another Hyperstrife, another Strife Hyper Fire Hybrid. Yep. Trying to remove some of this annoying paint. It's on there pretty thick, so I'm using a file to scrape it away, so I'm not wasting time with sandpaper. As long as this is taking, trust me, this would take much longer with sandpaper. Because this is on there pretty thick. If you've ever tried to get off Hasbro paint, you'll know, because like on the Strife, how it's just white right here, not only is it white underneath here, but then they have the orange on top, so it's kind of like 2 layers. It's not kind of like 2 layers, it is 2 layers. Okay. I suggest you use Goof to remove paint. That does work, but it also can alter the the structural integrity of the plastic itself, because that's mainly acetone based, and that's not great for ABS. So I prefer to just do it the old-fashioned way. Just a preference. Okay, that's one side. I don't mind putting a little bit of elbow grease into it. To be honest, I don't even know what the problem with the Calvern is anymore. Bring it tomorrow. We can look at it. Oh, okay, good. I haven't tried it yet. What are you going to put into this beast? I have one more DRS cage and well, I have more than one DRS cage, but I'm saying I have one more DRS cage and a pair of XP180s set aside for this project, and this is going to be the last project I build with XP180s and a DRS cage and sell it. So, because DRS cages are pretty rare and XP180s are straight up extinct, so gotta stop getting rid of them. But I already kind of committed in my brain to XP180s in this build, so I don't want to change it. This might be an easier way to sand this whole blaster, because it leaves like a rough texture or whatever, but obviously I can go back with finer sandpaper and do that. This might just be easier than sanding. The solid metal is easier to control than, you know, paper. How much will this build be for? I'm not sure yet. I'm thinking, my initial thought is somewhere in the neighborhood of 600, but I'm not 100% sure yet. We'll have to see how it goes. I literally have money put away to buy this project. My builds tend to sell rather fast. You guys probably won't know what this is, but my first Straven that I built was, what was it called? Hollow Spectrum. And that was the first blaster ever, period, to have clear parts at all. The cast parts. And so that one sold in 8 hours for $425. I sold to Drac, actually. And then Oculus Dawn, even though I put it up for auction, technically it sold within 45 minutes for $1,200 after me posting it on the internet. And I wouldn't have normally taken a bidding price from someone online because I told a bunch of people no, but I had actually done business with that guy before. I had actually done a commission for him before, so I knew he was good for the money. So he was the one that ended up winning the auction. Drac did actually put down $800 on it, but obviously I had to come back in and, you know, put the higher bid on there. So yeah, they tend to sell out pretty fast no matter what price I put on there. But, you know, I don't want to, like, put... I'm not going to, you know, artificially jack up the price to something that I don't think it's worth it anymore, you know what I mean? So... It's like, some people would be like, what, that blaster's not even worth $100. First of all, you can tell that they don't know what they're talking about because the cage alone is $100. But, I don't, like, at some point, it becomes less of, this is a modded blaster, and more of, this is a piece of art. And that sounds super, like, hippie, like, this is a piece of art, this is an extension of who I am. And I'm really not trying to be like that, but, I do have a lot of pride in the stuff that I produce, and so it's kind of hard not to see some of the stuff that I do as you know, a version of my art. But I'll try not to get too hippie with you. 600 is on the lower end of my spectrum, believe it or not. AK Sandblaster. Yeah. I've thought about that. I just don't feel like spending the $200 to invest in a sandblaster, so. Pretty sure I know who owes the 1200 one. Who owns the 1200 one. I don't know who he is personally, but... I also built a Straven for him, a black and white Straven with clear red parts. Oh my god, that thing came out amazing. There's a matte clear coat on it. I did 2K clear coat and then I did a matte Rust-Oleum over that, so you have the effect of the matte but you have the look of the 2K. Oh my god, that one came out so good. I'm not usually a fan of red, but that one came out really good. I've kind of secretly wanted to make one for myself. Guy has good taste. That sounded like I was praising myself, but I was talking more about the color scheme. Because, you know, me with red is, red, whatever. I think we should do some tactical simulations at the war tomorrow. Oh, God. Whatever you want, Jay. The world is your oyster. See, that wasn't too bad. I think what I'm going to do here is sand around the joints that I need to epoxy, and then stick them together, and then do the overall sanding. Just because I think that's going to be a little bit easier this time around. But I think I might actually try to use these files and see how this goes. I'm curious to see if it's any easier. It's definitely easier for the paint crap here, but with like the little inside things like here and stuff, I might just have to use sandpaper. Hold on one sec, that was Etsy. Hey, hawk guy. Hello. Fruit. What's going on? Give me one sec, guys. Just gotta tell this guy that I received his order. There we go. I don't know why I think that's so funny. because deep inside it's not funny to you. You really do want to do tactical simulations. Ben, I forgot how... Ben, I forgot how are you? Oh, I'm doing alright. The wording of that threw me off for a second. It's easy to do with my brain so fried lately. Doesn't take a whole lot. I love files. I love hand files. I think hand files are my favorite tool in modding. All you need is a good set of hand files from data services. I don't know why I thought my phone rang for some reason. Brain must be more fried than I thought. See, like, in all of the, like, I don't even know if I can do anything more than, like, around here with the file, because once I start getting in here, like, I guess I can, it's gonna be easier if I separate it, but I'm kind of picking and choosing here as I go now. I am where you were. Choose between snipes and files for me. Snips and files for me. Good lord. It's close between. Good lord. What kind of 3D printer do you got? I have a FlashForge 3D. I have a FlashForge. I was gonna say FlashForge 3D Creator. I really need a nap or something. FlashForge Creator Pro. You just need coarse grit. Yeah. Yeah, no. There's also a little bit of a texture on this handle that I like getting rid of. It's kind of like a micro bumpy surface or something. Get that nice and smooth, and the file takes quick work of that. That's on you. It's just going to be easier to do with the hand file, or the sanding. Some of these flats are no problem though. You want to be careful while doing this because you don't want to stroke back and forth like this, because then you'll actually start, you know, gouging a hole in your blaster, so. It's more of scraping back and forth like that. Are you gonna get any war footage tomorrow? I'm gonna do my best. We'll see if I don't screw it up. It's really, the filming on that's really easy to screw up, so. Still need to practice. I'm genuinely starting to think I have some kind of parasite in my intestines. I'm sorry. You and Heather both. I've got a something tornado. Okay. I ate a huge dinner double burger today. Just got put on a large sub. Weigh like 120 pounds. I'm getting all your vitamins. honestly, like, yeah, like all in here, I'm not even gonna bother trying. Yeah. So I can get a little bit in here, but at some point it's just not even worth attempting anymore. Still get in here. Just do as much as I can with this. One of the most frustrating parts about sanding is getting rid of this stupid paint. It's just so thick. But the blaster is much better off if you do it right, so. Has a C heat bed, what? Assuming you guys are talking about something else. Too tired to think. Man, I'm gonna have a hard time selling this one. This one's gonna come out nice. I'm wondering if I should get vinyl logos to put on the blaster, or if I should get negatives of the vinyl logos and spray paint it. I'm not sure if I can bring myself. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. Do you think I should get the vinyl logos made themselves and you think that'll be good, or do you think I should get some negatives and then spray paint it? I'm just not sure if I can get the detail with, you know, a negative cutout. But let me know what you guys think. You're not gonna have problems selling this? Well, we'll see. You never know. All right, we'll switch back to sandpaper on this, but let's go ahead and while we're still working with the files, switch over to this one. I might put it up for auction and just like put the minimum bid what I would normally sell it for, which is kind of a cheap, you know, thing to do, because like you're supposed to start it really small, but I'm not selling this blaster for $400, so. And like I could put a reserve on it and stuff like that, but I don't like using eBay, but might be my best option. I need to mute that chat. It's blowing up. There's two of them going on. I absolutely hate Facebook. It's like once you click on it, it's like, oh, you obviously wanted to be interested in this, and now I won't let you mute it. Gotta love it. Oh, we should probably take these tabs out while I still remember. There's a big blob on there. I really need to unsolder it. Do I feel like pulling out the equipment to do that? Not really. I don't think that's going to be sharp enough. Well, maybe. Absolutely gonna hurt myself. Think. Whatever. I'm not even gonna bring the unit over here. I'm just gonna keep it over there. Degrees, 450 degrees, 500 degrees, 550, 600, 650. It should go up to 750, but that should be fine. It's at 730. At 730, if it would. There it goes. Get that little wire bit out. If I can grab it. Do some surgery here. There we go. There we go. Go ahead and turn that off. There we go. Sorry, wasn't paying attention. What should I do with my Neo Hellcats? You don't even know what you're doing with your Neo Hellcats? I really want to see a Rav Strike will do with what a Rav Strike will do with Neo Hellcats. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to have... well, okay. I know it's not going to have, like, full LEDs or anything. But I'm still not sure if I want to put in that one red LED, which even if I did, I'm sure, since it's just one LED, I'd probably hook it up to the LiPo. But, just to make sure, I'm going to keep these contacts intact, just in case I decide that I want them later. Because if I just broke them and then realized, oh, I actually wanted those, now I have to sacrifice another strife. And we don't want that. And there are little tabs in here. If you use a dull razor, you can bend the tabs. And that will loosen it up. So you can just grab it and pull it out without any real interference. Just like that. No harm. Push it out the back a little bit. Just make life a little easier. Oh, I need to undo the tabs. I was like, why is that one so hard? Kind of have to see it in person to know what I'm talking about, but that's right. I think I'm going to... I did LEDs on a LiPo on number 10, by the way. I think I'm going to get one of those Sentry cages when they come back. I'm curious about them, but they don't have as long of a guide as the Morpheus cage, which is kind of a bummer, but I'm curious to see what it does. I kind of wanted to get one, but I couldn't push myself to. Maybe I'll get one. Hell just froze over. Hell just froze, excuse me. About 90% sure shut off so long. It's been going for about an hour now, 58 minutes. And then there's no backing to these two, so it's just the tabs. Basically, I'm just sliding my X-Acto blade in between the plastic that it's digging into and the little metal part itself, and just the act of slipping the blade in between there, it will bend the tab back enough where you can pull it out. And I've done this on basically all of my projects. It's just easier. I'm trying to force it out. Takes a little bit of effort to grab it, but will eventually come out. Just gotta be careful you're not grabbing the little spring here, because that'll easily bend. Austin, what's going on, man? Well, I'm full for like 2 hours. Hey, Hawkeye. Hey, Nate. What's going on? Might need a screwdriver. I don't suppose my screwdriver's in here. Of course it's not. Hold on one sec. Not sure where my full-size screwdriver is, but this one should work for now. Maybe. Yeah, that works fine. Pretty loose in there, you just can't, well, not loose, but just can't get pliers too big in there. Just got a haircut and feeling great. That's good. I'm glad you're feeling great. Feels good to feel great. I'm putting these in here, so don't let me forget that. You guys remember that those tabs are in there. It's with my files. Okay. Where were we? Yes. We're getting rid of the paint. put these in here too. How are you, man? I'm doing okay. A little bit tired, a little bit sleepy, a little bit not reading properly, but that's okay. I'll manage. Yeah, he has, Gavin. So par for the course then? Yeah, pretty much. The angle is so weird. It's just no good angle. If you're just tuning in, I use the file to get rid of all of the color here, all of the paint there. But on this stripe, there's far too many detailed angles for me to get into every spot. So I'm not trying to remove all of the paint from the handle. But the places that I can get into, it's easier with the file instead of sandpaper. So I'm getting into where I can, and then I'll come back with sandpaper. And finish up. So did you hear about Facebook's gaming service? No. Do I want to know? What time is it? 5:30? How's going back to school? That's alright. It helps that I enjoy the subject, but it's still work, so... You know, still effort, but... I like the subject, which helps. Done with all my, you know, basics, so... Did that when I first got my associates, and it still counts for this, so... Luckily, I don't have to do that again. Because if I had to do that again, I would not do it. That would be baloney. What subject? I'm going to school for machining. Is a live stream service... It is a live stream service. It's actually pretty okay. Alright. Okay. The printer I'd be most scared about is that. Okay. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I'm sorry, Gavin. I'm too tired. Try to figure it out. I'm getting hungry. I haven't eaten yet. Maybe we'll finish sanding these handles and then wrap it up. I don't even know why I had this plugged in. Oh, it's unplugged already. I don't even know why I had that plugged in. Again, just because I'm tired. That's alright. There goes Facebook again. Okay, let's get some sandpaper in here. It'd probably be beneficial to use a heavier grit, but I'll just use the 120 for now. Being engineered has place planning course at the moment. That's good. Good luck. Good luck on that. Speaking of food, I'm eating chicken and dumplings. Yummy. Did you see the vid I shared to you yesterday? I'm not gonna lie. If I checked every video that I randomly got sent, I wouldn't have time for anything. I get sent a lot of stuff by a lot of people. Missed a spot. There we go. That was gonna drive me nuts. Shrika will be here shortly. Okay. Why do I have a feeling he's gonna join, like, as I'm saying goodbye? Always seems to be someone. If you ever need some encouragement in your life, just remember, everything you've ever accomplished has been done without the save button. Like a save button in a video game. Normally, before you go into a dungeon or something, you're like, oh, save, and then you go in, and it's like, oh, I died, never mind, just go back to the save. Everything you've accomplished has been done without a save point. What is your favorite blast? What is your favorite Nerf blaster? Probably the Strife. It's just the smallest, most versatile platform, I think, for manual action flywheel. It was me the last 2 streams. Yeah, I thought it was you. I didn't want to say anything, but I was like, I think that's Neo, but it was either Neo or Nate. I couldn't remember. I was trying to remember your symbol because I recognize you guys by your symbols more than your names. But, well, I mean, I know your names, but I look at your symbols and I'm like, oh, that's Neo. You know what I mean. I'm not like, oh, what's their name? I know your guys' name, but if any of you guys ever go to End War, don't be offended if you guys said your name, I would know who you are. But like a lot of the times people were like, oh, do you remember me? I'm blah blah blah, and I would be like, what blaster did you make? And then they would tell me, and I'd be like, oh, I know exactly who you are. And that's just kind of how the community works in real life, is you're kind of known for the mods you do, what blasters you do, because the pictures of your blasters are out there way more than the pictures of you, so... I haven't been able to see your streams because you always stream... Always should be one word. Always stream during school. My bad. My bad, bro. Why is this end bit so hard to sand? If you want to confuse the heck out of Hawkeye, change your icon. I mean, the only one that really negatively gets impacted is you. Then I'm just like, who are you? Oh, yeah, hi. Burn. Yes, really. We're getting there. Starting to look like a mod. Whatever that means. Whew. My fingers. Anybody working on any new projects? It's been a while. Anybody got any blasters that they want to do, or that they've already started, or maybe just an idea? Yes, yes. All of the above. Crossbolt, strife, and progress, and I was going to just knock out a simple strife, but now I want to do a hyper strife thanks to you. Building a strife with a Titan, appearing absolute diamond worker wheels, and the OP 3D painted cage. Sweet. Sounds like it could be fun. Hello, good people. Hope you all have a very sweet. Was you Hawkeye? Hi, Trico. What's going on? I'm a little bit tired, but what's his name? Gavin said you'd be on. Welcome. Not sure how much longer we're gonna go. I've been on for 17 minutes, an hour and 17 minutes, and as you can tell, I'm getting a little bit tired. But I think I'm going to. I was gonna do this handle and this handle, but. I might just do this handle and finish up here because I'm getting a little bit, and I'm hungry. Tired. I'm tired and I'm hungry and I'm cold. I'm not cold, but I should just end the stream right now. Just be like, oh, Trico's here. End stream. What's his name? I feel like Dragon. Where is he? I haven't seen him in a while. Anybody heard from him? I'm gonna try to scrape off some of the paint on the inside of this screw port here with the X-Acto. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm doing fine. If you care, I finally got a sledge fire. Sweet! That's good. Food, sleep. The best things in life other than Nerf, of course. Family. Yes. Well said. What would you... that would just be mean, Hawkeye. Dragon is active, it just seems busy. I have the other night. Want to 3D print a better shell for double strike and please remove its dead space plunger. That's right. Just a 3D plunger head. Careful with the 3D printed plunger, but plunger head. But sounds good. Building a Raven with a 42.5. That's a good size, by the way, or at least in my opinion. Morpheus cage with the Dark Guide, Neo Hellcats, Integrated Zeus stock, and the Raven top tier. Comfortable, but just have to do it. That sounds like it could be good. Could be good. Wow, that sounds like it could be. That sounds like it could be. No, was good the word I was looking for? That sounds like it could be good. Yeah, I think that was what I was going. Anyway, keep me up to date on that. That sounds good. Drew, hey man, just sent you a picture of a blaster I finally finished. I'll have to check that out later. New sledge fires. I need a new sledge fire spring. I need to get one, but they sell like one on Amazon or something that's supposedly better. But like I can get 130 FPS out of a stock spring sledge fire, so like do I need to spend the $5 for the 2 other springs? Totally didn't leave and PM'd or anything. Drew, that's Travel's Premise. Travel wait is going to close. Thank you. Thought on thought I'm assuming you mean thought, though I'm assuming you mean thoughts on Big Zinzi parts. You know, whatever. It's not really fair to be asking me that question, because you know I obviously have a little bit of a bias. I mean, seems fine. I don't know exactly what, you know, stuff he's using, but... Has more time than I do, because I don't have time to do the molds or the cleanup the way he's doing. He doesn't have a lot of cleanup, but the way he's doing the molds, I'm not going to say anything, but the way he's doing the molds is a little more time than I care to invest in something like that. So if I did that, I would never get anything out. Told myself I wouldn't be sanding this whole thing. He pressure casts right now? Yeah, he pressure casts, not in a very safe way, because I told him not to get, because he was asking for advice, and I was like, just don't get this pressure vessel, because it's going to eventually explode. And so that's the one he got. So hopefully he stays okay, but yes, he does pressure cast. He might be a better source of information if you want to get information on what he does. Not 3D printed plunger, just a piece put and make a giant hole in the barrel. Oh, okay. So ready back sand stream roots. Yep. When you're under your bed for no reason, find sludge fire shell. I've been finding sludge fire shells all over the place. I'm now up to 40. I found 3 yesterday. I found 2 more today. I'm pretty sure that's all of them. But I have 40 sludge fire shells. They're bad. Yep, they are bad. A little adjusting. Does he use weird mold method? I'm not going to mention anything on that. Not sure about that. Don't buy this, it will blow up. Buy 2, yeah. The way it's designed is inherently flawed, and yeah, but the difference between getting that one and a proper one is like $500, so he chose to get the cheaper solution. It's up to him. It's not my neck. Okay. That looks pretty good. Nice and sanded. Nice and smooth. Huh, it actually focused. My camera usually doesn't like focusing at all. At least the webcam. It doesn't like focusing close. I plan to build a Raven with your and his parts in the future. I personally think you guys need a spell check because I'm already brain dead. Both you producers make fabulous work. Nice, smooth, and orange. Why did you suddenly get a southern accent? Why did you suddenly start spelling in a southern accent? I am dead. I'm ready to get something to eat. I don't even know what I'm eating yet. So I think we're going to start wrapping up here. We've been going for about an hour and 25 minutes, almost 26 minutes. Hour and 26 minutes. So if you guys have any last questions, go ahead and start leaving those now, and I'll try to get to those. Should really vacuum this up, but I'm not going to. I'll do that later. Go to sleep and eat. Reverse. I gotta eat and then sleep. Next time you're in Harbor Freight, pick up some chip brushes. This is the 2-inch chip brushes. They're relatively cheap and they're very handy. You might be surprised how handy they are. It's 2018. It's a thing now. Dabbing was last year. What is your favorite Strife build? what's my favorite strife build? Are you talking about builds that I've done or builds that other people have done? Clarify. I hate shirt with tags. You guys need to check freaking spelling. So any other projects? I'm working on Dogma a little bit more, figuring out some of the screw ports and some of the design aspects. But I really do need to sell something if I'm going to launch that project, because to get to the next step is to actually get the parts, and that's going to cost me somewhere around $2,000. So if you know anyone who wants to buy glass construct for $2,600, let me know. I have the parts breakdown and everything, and between labor and everything, that's the actual cost of it. So if you guys know anybody who has some money to drop, let me know, because I really want to get that funded. But thanks for thanks for the stream, even though I wasn't here very long. Always a blast to be here and have a great night. It's always a pleasure to have you here as well, Trico. I'm glad you slipped in at the last minute. Sleep and eat at the same time. Either both. Either both. Oh, okay, that's the other. Hold on one sec. I only messed up once. Screw you. The only time Gavin messed up. $2,000. Yes, $2,000. You heard that correct. Thanks for the stream. I might ask for some help with integrating zoo stock in the Raven. I can send you pictures if you need to, Neo. Just let me know. And you know, any help that you need. Favorite strife mod. So favorite strife mod for other people. Let's see. No guarantees that this is accurate because I don't think about this a lot. I might think of something better later, but other people's strifes. Other people's strifes. Other people's strifes. That's a tough one. That's a really tough one. The first one off the top of my head is Phoenix's Straven, but I'm not quite sure. As far as mine is concerned, it's definitely Ethereal Fortress, but yeah, not too sure. I'd have to think about that for a while. Looks like wall of dust come out. A bat flies out of it. It will take this payment by any chance. Nope, still have my box of dust, Trico. It's actually right over there. Got plenty of it. Will you be trying to sell a blaster to Elon Musk? Okay. His favorite strife is the one I made. It's in his favorite color and everything. Is it my favorite? Single Drag Stardust by Nattown Nerf. Stardust suffers from yellowing, unfortunately, so it's not really my favorite, not to mention the air bubbles in the actual thing. None of which are his fault. Still a great blaster, just not my personal favorite. Sanguine's not really my favorite, but Phoenix Elon is nice. Ben, when I order parts, can I also buy the box of dust? No, because that is going to get everywhere in shipping, and people are going to hate me, and they're never going to want to take shipping stuff from me again. Anyone know if the 3D printed Sludgefire shells are any good? I've heard mixed things about them. I've heard some people say they're fine. I've heard other people say that they suck. So, you might just have to, if you have access to a printer, you might just have to print one and see. There might not be any other way. I need that dust. So for those of you who haven't seen, we talked about this at the very beginning of the stream. But blue, I was just experimenting. I was just fooling around. Blue scales for the Sludgefire. Kind of came out nice. It's a light blue. It's a different color blue. Posted it on, or at least, excuse me. I posted the color on Instagram earlier today, but kind of cool. But I need it. Blue Stinger is my favorite for... Oh, yeah. Blue Stinger is my favorite for obvious reasons. Cough, pink. It's red. I know. The shells are only good if you print really good tolerance. Go to order some scale soon. Mahahaha. Okay. Well, that I think is just going to about do it here for today. Thank you guys very much for watching. I always appreciate you guys watching me go insane slowly as I sand blasters. Hopefully I can get this one out in relative ease. And what are the odds that it would sell for $2,000 so I could afford Dogma? Negligible, I would say. A guy can dream. Sneezing shown unless Gavin, does your printer have really good tolerance? Okay. Well, that just about does it for this live stream. Once again, repeating myself, thank you very much for watching. And end stream.